Hi everybody, my name is Daryl Patrice, and I'm here to talk to you guys about privileges. When I was a child, I got two types of punishments. One from my dad, and one from my mom. Now from my dad, I got straight up beatings. I'm talking about you talk too much in class, you get the shoe. You're chasing boys around at recess and harassing them, you get the belt. Didn't I tell you to leave Alex alone? Don't let me get another phone call. If you stole candy from the grocery store, you get the belt, the hand, the shoe, and a trip to your county jail to see what it would be like if you actually got arrested for stealing. Jails aren't nice. My mother, on the other hand, took a different approach. She took away privileges. TV privileges, phone privileges, going out privileges. Basically everything having to do with a social life. Well guys, today I'm here to talk to you about a different type of privilege. Can you guess which one it is? White privilege. So, I'm just going to give you guys a basic definition, wrap up, whatever, of white privilege because this situation, this phenomenon, this thing we call white privilege is way too deep for a 101 class. So here we go. Yes. Okay. These are my beliefs based on conversations that I've had with white people, with black people, with white people about black people, vice versa, things that I've come to believe and hold on my own. So, from conversations that I've heard and had with white people, they basically think that white privilege is the black person's excuse for saying the white man is holding us down and is the cause for all of black people's problems. Now, while this may be true for some people, this is really not the full and real definition of white privilege at all. Ask any black person, and this will probably 9 times out of 10 be what they tell you. White privilege is basically the privilege to be blissfully ignorant of the racial plights of, in this case, black people. White people don't have to worry about being eyed and stared at in stores and banks, afraid that people are going to think that they're about to stick up the place or take something out of the store. Being judged by their name on a resume, having their intelligence judged unfairly just because their name may be Shaniqua, Kwavanzane, whatever it may be. I feel like my parents were very strategic and careful in naming me because not only is my name racially ambiguous, it's gender ambiguous as well. My parents didn't want me to be held back in any way. So they made sure that I looked ambiguous as possible on paper so that if I had my stuff together, that I could show up in person and they couldn't say no to me. That was something that they strategically did to afford me the most opportunities in life. How careful do white people need to be in naming their kids? I'm just saying. Furthermore, white people don't have to worry about the blatant and sometimes subtle racial slurs and encounters that they go through, even as a child. I was in kindergarten when I ran home to my pregnant mother and told her that my classmates said that I couldn't name my baby sibling after them because I was black and they were white and that their name was a white name. Now, I didn't realize how that affected me, but my mama sure did. Just the code switching issues we go through on a day-to-day basis. I have a friend who recently wrote in his blog that he was on his way to a bank to conduct a typical transaction, and in his head he was subconsciously going through things that he had to change about himself in order to make himself appear less threatening or intimidating. He has a lot of bass in his voice, so he made an effort to make his voice seem a little higher. He straightened up. He wore his button-down shirt. He made sure that he smiled the heck out of everybody. And he's a very intelligent, articulate guy, having graduated from one of the best liberal arts colleges in the nation, an incredible scholar, highly articulate young man, and yet when he walked through the doors of that bank, you better believe every single teller's eyes darted towards him. That's not something that everybody has to deal with. It's not something based on statistics alone. It's not something based on annual income alone, or what kind of family you come from, whether it's single or two-parent household. It has to do with racism having not eradicated at all. Yeah, we've gotten pretty far. We have a black president. Okay. But let a black family move into a gated community that's predominantly white and have that one neighbor that doesn't want you there, and you'll see that sign, that little handmade note on the door that says, "We don't want niggers. Go back to where you came from." Honey, I'm telling you, these are all true testimonies that white people may not know about and don't have to know about because it doesn't happen to them. It's not statistical. It's emotional. It's personal. So, yeah. Whew, that got real kind of quick. That's basically my views on white privilege in a nutshell. If I missed something, let me know. If you have any thoughts, let me know. I'd love to start a dialogue, and hopefully we can wake each other up so we can move forward. Because there is absolutely no reason why another young black man or woman should die the way Trayvon Martin did. He was wearing a hoodie. He was walking down the street by himself, and therefore identified as suspicious. Something in the water ain't clean. Call me Britta.